Hi, welcome to the first video update for the Coalition Animation Studio. I'm Jade French, the studio chief.
And I'm Sean Amesqua, the creative director for our first anime, which is in production currently, titled The Inevitable Paradise.
And this video is to show you where we are in the timeline of the production and what steps we've taken and what steps we still have to complete. So right now the company is based off of the idea that there's talented individuals all across the world, but they don't have the opportunity to actually showcase their talents. So for example, an artist, they'll showcase their art on like DeviantArt or Tumblr, but outside of that, they can't really get their foot into the industry for the big industry of like animating an actual anime. So I saw that problem. We saw that problem, and we realized that we wanted to end that circle of just no one being able to actually get into the industry unless you are already in the industry. So we're taking people from across the world with all sorts of different experiences and allowing them to work on it based solely on skill. We don't care if you've worked at a big industry before or if you've started like 6 months ago, but if you're great at it and we enjoy it and we think it's going to work perfectly, that's all that really matters to us.
Yeah, so it's just, we don't, obviously if you work for a huge studio, like that's awesome and that's really good, you know, but we don't ask for that sort of information. All we ask is show us what you have and show us what you can do. And we look at that sort of artwork or that voice acting or the animation style or whatever it is, or storyboard and you know, writers. Right. We look at everything and we don't take into account your prior experience. We just look at what you are like right now. And you know, these anime studios that have been established, you know, for 20, 30 years, they've had the same crew for 20 or 30 years because they don't need to hire anybody else. But we kind of started this business with the mentality of hiring a fresh crew with every animation, hiring brand new voice actors, starting with a brand new story that's written by you guys and written and animated by you guys, because we understand that there's so many talented individuals out there who just can't get their work seen because it's so hard to get into the industry. So we have really pushed this business in the last like 3 months, but I mean, it's really been, we've been talking about it for a year or so now.
Yep, a little over a year.
So yeah, that's basically what the business is about. And right now we've already, like we said, we've picked our story and we're working with a writer. And after the writing process, we get our animators and get the voice actors, and then we get the sound artists, and we produce an anime. And it's just a 100% soul work from everybody, you know, and not just us, because we're basically just here to bring everybody together, essentially.
Right, we're the catalyst, essentially, just bringing everyone together and making sure that the best people are put in the best positions.
Yeah.
So
we should obviously dive into is the story itself. So everybody who's watching us kind of knows what we're working on, because currently they probably just know that we're working on something.
That it exists.
Yeah, that we're working on something. Yeah. So I think it would be fair to tell them about what we're doing and what the story is currently and the state of the story. It would be a good way to talk about it. So yeah, let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's start with how we found the story.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead, since you were the one who started the ad.
This particular story we actually found on Reddit. A guy from Iceland, actually, and he submitted it to us along with the hundreds of other submissions. And after reading through the story, we realized, we both voted on it, and we realized how great this story had
potential
for this anime, and we just loved it. So we contacted Christian, who's over in Iceland right now, and we talked about what we wanted to do with his story and how we saw it progressing. Yeah,
because Christian wrote a phenomenal story, and as we were reading it, it had so many layers of the way that it was written, and just, it was so unique in the way that it was written. We knew immediately that we wanted to take it on, but with taking on, we knew we would have to make some changes to adapt it into an anime. So we got a hold of him and we let him know, like, hey, we really want to go with your story, and he was, you know, excited for it, and we were really excited to work with him. And currently we're making some changes to the story because the story was written from the perspective from the AI, who we'll dive into later, and we needed to transition the perspective into the main character of the story. So just with the rewrites and basically making sure it all works from this new perspective, it's taken us a significant amount of time getting through the writing process, which it might, somewhere down the road we'd come into a story where we might take this long, but the story was just so unique and so just expertly written that we needed to change some things around to make it easier and more anime friendly, I would say.
Right, yeah, because one of the challenges we had with The Inevitable Paradise is that it was originally from the AI's perspective, and there was no way we could really show that this presence was there but not ever shown on film, and animating that. So we had to change it to make Marcus the main character.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. Like I finished the story. I was like, oh, like why is this written in such a weird way? Like because I was thinking that it was from Marcus's perspective the entire time I was reading it, but there was all of these possessive words like I, and then talking about Marcus in third person like he, and I was like, wait, like who is talking in this movie or in this story? And then when it's revealed in the written story that it's from the perspective of the AI, it's an awesome story, and I think when we release it, we should honestly just release the story that it came from too, as part of like the package or maybe something like that you can get access to.
Like the original
writing, so that way the work of the writer can be seen from from all the people that get to watch the video, and I think that'd be good because it shows what we came up with to produce an anime, but then also the writer gets his unique original work shown also. Right. So right now we're in this process of rewrites, and then now we're going on to the next step of finding a key animator.
Yeah, so we're working on finding the key animator and character designer, because we've got lists of traits for Marcus and Joanna, and we're going to use that to actually get the character design so we can start going to the next big step, which is storyboarding. And once we do that, then that's just next up is the animators.
And that's where we're going to spend probably the same amount of time we've spent on writing is going to be done in the animation process. And then that's going to be fun. That's going to be awesome to see the writing come to life, actual life.
Exactly.
And after that, it's voice actors and then release.
Sound effects.
Sound and then release, I guess.
Pretty much. All right, so that just about wraps up what we wanted to talk about for this update. I hope that you guys follow along with where we are and continue to watch our updates and see how this progresses, because we're really excited about this.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to produce more of things like this, because we really just felt, being in the same city right now, like we really wanted to give you guys something to listen to and know where we're at. So hopefully we can continue these updates, more periodically as the anime progresses. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you on the next update. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks.